I want to thank the President of Ghana, the traditional rulers of Ghana, the opinion leaders in Ghana, the citizens of Ghana. I want to thank them. We want to appreciate you people for giving us opportunity. We want to thank you for the hospitality. We want to thank you for the security of Nigerians in Ghana. We grew up to see a cordial relationship between these two countries. And we are supposed to continue to keep to whatever that will keep to the good relationship that these two countries have been having before we are born. It will not end in our own time. We're here discussing today what have been flying around the media concerning citizens with regards to the purported story that has to do with establishment of throne in Ghana. I want to first advise Nigerians, please, every Nigerian should desist from any media war. We are not at war with our brothers and sisters, Ghanaians. What you need to do is to put the facts the way the facts are. Ghanaians are reasonable people. They will know the truth when the truth is spoken. You cannot sit in your house, you don't tell them the truth, and expect them not to accept whatever has been put across to them. So I'm here to put some certain records straight so that our brothers in Ghana can hear our own part of the story, whilst they digest it and be able to form their own opinion on what they think might be the truth.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Delphina and I'm super excited returning back to you. Today we are checking out a video of the chairman of Nigeria in the diaspora organization addressing the ongoing Igbo King issue. Guys, let's hear what he has to say, and please, at the end of the video I would love you to drop your opinion in the comment section. Let's get right into it and I will be right back.
I want to use this opportunity to thank Ghanaians, our host country, for the hospitality, for giving us opportunity to live in their country, do our businesses here, coexist with them peacefully. On behalf of the Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization, all Nigerians in Ghana, we are showing our gratitude to Ghanaians. My name is Chief Callistus Elezoa. I'm the Board of Trustees Chairman of Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization. Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization is the association that looks after the welfare of Nigerians in Ghana. That's why the office I'm speaking from, the capacity of which I'm speaking from, as the representative and the leader of Nigerians in Ghana, under the platform of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization. I want to thank the President of Ghana, the traditional rulers of Ghana, the opinion leaders in Ghana, the citizens of Ghana. I want to thank them. We want to appreciate you people for giving us opportunity. We want to thank you for the hospitality. We want to thank you for the security of Nigerians in Ghana. We want to thank our nation, Nigeria, for the relationship they built so far with Ghana as a government. We grew up to see a cordial relationship between these two countries. And we are supposed to continue to keep to whatever that will keep to the good relationship that these two countries have been having before we are born. It will not end in our own time. Yeah, I personally want to grant this interview because I want to draw attention to some certain things. One is the power of communication. Whilst we have the opportunity to have our phones, we can do anything we want to do with our phones. In our private places, we should understand that communication is a tool that can make or make people. It can destroy a nation. It can also build a nation. If we are able to use it positively, it will impact the life of our citizens. If we use them negatively, it will also cause problems that we might not have the capacity to solve. We're here discussing today what have been flying around the media concerning some concerned citizens with regards to the purported story that has to do with establishment of throne in Ghana. I want to first advise Nigerians, please, every Nigerian should desist from any media war. We are not at war with our brothers and sisters, Ghanaians. What you need to do is to put the facts the way the facts are. Ghanaians are reasonable people. They will know the truth when the truth is spoken. You cannot sit in your house, you don't tell them the truth, and expect them not to accept whatever has been put across to them. So I'm here to put some certain records straight so that our brothers in Ghana can hear our own part of the story, whilst they digest it and be able to form their own opinion on what they think might be the truth. I want to first start by saying who we are. We are Igbos, and Igbos are peaceful people. We are Nigerians. Nigerians are peaceful people. That doesn't mean that in the midst of 230 million Nigerians, you might not have the ones who may misbehave in one way or the other. We are not saints, and we don't pretend to be saints. But when it comes to some certain issues, it's important that we draw our attention and make sure that laws of the land are respected. We are not here in Ghana to respect the laws of Ghana. We are not here in Ghana to disrespect the institutions, the traditional institutions. I think it will be abnormal for any Nigerian to think you can live peacefully in Ghana and you think you can disrespect the people of Ghana, the culture of Ghana, the customs of Ghana, and the government of Ghana. You will not have your peace. And that we understand. And that is what our embassy have made us to know. From day one, that we must preach peace, we must make sure we gather people to live lawfully in the land of Ghana. And that is what we stand for, and that is what we represent. So if we see any Nigerian who is doing anything that is not right, it's important we draw the attention of Ghanaian authority to make sure that we don't allow one or two people to destroy the image we have built from beginning to now. So we want to maintain it at all costs. Whatever it will take to maintain this peace, it's important we do that. Please, we should desist from media war. I know a lot of people are cashing out, they're making money by lying. How many people that are following them on the media? But it will be difficult, it will not be also fair for you to destroy another person because you want to make money for yourself. That money, I don't think you can eat it peacefully. It's important that you do things that are right, respect the government of Ghana, respect the leadership that is in power, respect whoever person that is in position that is God have appointed or you are choosing to lead you. There's always an appropriate means for you to channel your grievances if you have any issue. It's not by going to media and start doing some certain blogging or one thing or the other. We have the traditional institutions. If you have any issue you don't understand, go back to them and ask them questions. They will be able to give you answer. I believe if the person who sent this blogging out had done the right thing by going to Ningo Pram to ask the chiefs there whether there's anything like that, the chief would have given them the answer, just like the publication they made yesterday. They made it clear that no land has been acquired, no kingdom has been built or been built. And now, if you had done this little due diligence, it wouldn't have gone to deceive the public that Igbo is building a kingdom somewhere. I want to make it very clear to our fellow brothers and Ghanaians who have been keeping us here, preserving all the Nigerians here. Allow us to build houses in their place. Allow our children to school in their land. We trade in this place. So we've married Ghanaians. They marry our own people. We had wonderful relationship between us and Ghana. We will not allow some people to come and destroy the relationship we have had that we didn't build even ourselves. So the truth about the matter is that the Igbos are not building any kingdom anywhere. The Igbos have not bought any land in any part of Ghana to build any kingdom. The Igbos do not have any intention to build any kingdom. The Igbos will not support anybody who will have that intention to build any kingdom. It cannot build any kingdom in another kingdom. People were talking about the viral video that went around. That video that went around was a pronouncement that was made 12 years ago. And somebody intentionally brought that video out to cause confusion. That was a video the Ezigbo made when he was being interviewed after the coronation. He was trying to put across what his vision would be for the people he's leading. And unfortunately, people twisted it to be a building of kingdom. If you go and listen to that video, he said an Igbo village. He never said an Igbo kingdom. I want you people to go back and listen to it again and again and again. What he said was Igbo village. But I want to say that nobody can build, even if it's Igbo village. Nobody, no Igbo man can even build a house where he will live if Ghanaians did not grant him a place or the authority to build. So we cannot take that privilege for granted. It's a privilege we protect, it's a privilege we cherish, it's a privilege that we enjoy, it's a privilege that we want to thank people of Ghana for. Secondly, the issue of our New Yam Festival is something that has to do with Thanksgiving. This is something we do to thank God after we've planted our crops. We have a season when we reap what we have sown. And by our culture, we are people who believe so much in God. If you look at our names are associated to gods. So we are people who knows how to worship. We are people who knows how to appreciate God. We believe whoever we are and whatever we become in life can only be by God and by God alone. So when we plant our seeds, what we do every year is to do what we call Thanksgiving through the celebration of the New Yam Festival before others will start eating. So when it comes to the issue of celebrating our culture, it has to do with our belief and our relationship with God. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with undermining the authorities of the land. It has nothing to do with trying to make anybody inferior in his own land. No, we don't have that capacity. We don't have that intention, and we'll never do that. Even before we celebrate any day, we normally visit the traditional institutions. As I speak to you, this year, we visited the normal traditional institutions in Ghana. I can mention one person, you can go and verify. I don't want to go further. At least the Babu Ulomo, we visited him, and we told him about intention to celebrate in their land. In terms of our New Yam Festival, we did. And other people we visited, including their district, and they gave their blessings before we can even proceed. Which God are you going to pour the libation to if you don't consult the owners of that God? So it's abnormal for people to start thinking that strangers can come to a strange land and assume to be the authority. It's not done, it cannot be done, and is not, can never, we will never be part of such. So that is the truth about the whole thing. With regards to press release that was released yesterday, we have received it. They are our father. He's our king. We respect him. We have good relationship with him. We are going to meet with him as a father. We are going to discuss it. If we have anything to show to him or to discuss with him as a father, we don't want it to be a media issue. We are going to relate with him according to his respect as our father. And know when we meet him as our father, he will address us as his sons. And we'll find a way to resolve our relationship. It's not for the consumption of the media. We don't want to talk about it. He has sent whatever the press release he has sent. Is our own as his children to go back to him as his sons. And we have discussions with him based on whatever we think we can tell him as his sons.
Okay, I can see that he came in peace and he's educating us to know who really Igbo people are. But what he's telling us right now is different from what the governor of Anambra State said. So a little bit confused. Governor is saying that 99.9% of the Igbos are the ones behind all the crimes happening in their communities and state, and this person is saying Igbo people are good. So does that mean Igbo people in the diaspora are good, or should I say Nigerian people in the diaspora are good and the ones back in Nigeria are not good? Well, it cannot be all of them, because for sure I know in a community they will find just few people who are into crimes and all. But then guys, I don't think I have much to say about this very video, because I think there are so many things he said that I'm not agreeing to. But then the room is open for you, so let me know what you think about this very video in the comments section. Do well to like, subscribe to the channel, share this video to as many eyes out there I believe they'll watch and learn from it. I love you guys always. Bye bye.